Welcome back. There are hundreds of incomplete projects across NCR, specifically in Noida and Gurugram. Now, these are before RERA came into force, where the builder has diverted funds or siphoned it off, leaving nothing on the table for the project to be completed. Several home buyer associations have approached new developers, worked out a plan for completion, and are now hopeful of their project being completed. One such project is Spirewoods Sector 103 in Gurugram. But years after figuring out a resolution plan, they are still staring at an uncertain future. Suresh Krishnan brings us the story.
500 plus home buyers are stuck in this incomplete Spirewood project, Sector 103 Gurugram. Launched way back in 2011 by AN Buildwell in collaboration with Millennium Spire. The possession was promised in 36 months as per builder-buyer agreement, and the promised date has come and gone a long time ago. The construction of Spirewood project came to a complete halt by 2014.
I am a buyer of project Spirewoods, which is a project of AN Buildwell, and it is in Sector 103 Gurugram. This project was launched in 2011. The possession was promised in 2014-15, but the company went into the liquidation in 2016, and after a long fight, we got the revival order in 2020.
To the shock of these home buyers, in March 2016, the company AN Buildwell went into liquidation, and after much protest by Spirewoods Resident Association, directors of the company proposed a revival plan along with a reconstruction partner, Alpha Corp. To restart the construction of the project, there were a few prerequisites. The expired license for construction had to be renewed by the Department of Town and Country Planning, or DTCP, in the name of the new development company, Alpha Corp. In June-July 2021, an application was filed in DTCP, Chandigarh, with the above request. Expecting the license in 4 months' time, a Bhumi Pujan was also done at site in October 2021. Despite a 12-year wait and a renewed promise of construction, these home buyers are in complete limbo, unsure on why Department of Town and Country Planning of Haryana is refusing to expedite matters from their end.
The three important things which buyers are looking for is number one, the change of developer and license renewal should be done as soon as possible by the DTCP. Number two is all the sanctions and approval should be done, which are the prerequisites for the start of constructions like approval from Airport Authority of India, structural strength audit, which is a requirement of the revival scheme, as well as DTCP, and all these approvals and sanctions should be there within the time period of 3 months as per the scheme. And number three is the timely delivery of the flats to all the home buyers.
When contacted by NDTV, the new developer of the project, Alpha Corp, responded saying, "We are pursuing the matter with relevant authorities. Considering that the project is old, we have pleaded before the government for certain relaxations from their side. We are quite hopeful that this progressive government, for the welfare of the allottees, will consider our request at the earliest."
According to industry experts, the only way to make Spirewoods financially viable is if Alpha Corp, the developer, is awarded a waiver of the interest to be paid on external development charges and allowed to pay EDC in installments over a period. That is the relaxation that they're actually awaiting from Haryana Department of Town and Country Planning. I'm going to go into my guest here, Adtiya Parolia, to find out how good is this example of how projects can be completed and what development authorities really need to do. Advocate Parolia, tell us, I mean, this is a simple case where the Home Buyers Association has actually agreed to take a haircut on their own deliverables, worked it out with a new developer on getting the project completed, and now is stuck with Haryana Town and Planning Authority.
Well, this is not a new phenomenon. You can see the same thing happening in Noida as well. And we can just label it with one term called red tapeism, whereby nobody is ready to take that prerogative of letting these charges of EDC, IDC or the land dues go just so that a greater good can be achieved. We have to understand that IBC came with a plan of revival of a company, or pre-IBC projects are also stuck. So when the scheme of arrangement, like in Spirewoods came, it was a revival process. So every party who's interested, whether government, non-government, banks, they need to take a haircut, and a resolution has to be achieved for the citizens who are the home buyers here. But it has been unfortunate that despite a lot of court orders and despite a lot of efforts being done by other creditors or what you call project proponents, government is never ready.
Aditya, there seems to be a trust deficit that, these kind of waivers are not misused by many other projects or new developers which step in. Is there any example globally which can be used for these authorities to actually resolve this at a quicker pace?
Well, we have a lot of examples in our country and internationally in various sectors and internationally in building or real estate sector where there are bailouts. And this can be seen as a bailout where the government authorities can inspect whether this bailout can be misused or not. So these bailouts can be given, and the state government or the central government has to bring in certain bailout plans for such kind of projects which are especially pre-RERA.
Aditya, thank you so much for highlighting that for us. Well, the reason why we've highlighted this case is there are hundreds of pre-RERA projects in Noida and Gurugram where if authorities take a buyer's first approach and are open to waive off some of the charges due to them, these can be resolved and end home buyers' agony. Thank you very much for joining us, and goodbye.